we're shifting gears, we're moving into a new world where we're going to bring a bunch of people on, we're going to try and get out ahead of this game, going to commercialize this product pretty heavily. You realize that some of the people that you brought on before, maybe you brought them on because you made compromises, you know, in terms of, and not in terms of their ability or their intellectual horsepower or anything like that. It was more like you made compromises like, well, I don't know if I'm going to like hanging out with them, but I really need help. And that's a mistake, I think. It's like, I guess I would boil it up to the would I hang out with them test, because in reality, when you're building a company, you are spending a lot of time with these people, like a tremendous amount of time. Maybe it sounds obvious, but there's that tension between I need somebody now and would I hang out with them, and you really can't afford to get that wrong. I think is the bottom line of learning there. It's like, so to get that right, like how do you get that right? Because it's not really as easy as would I hang out with them. Like that's a gut level check. It's like a high level thing. But really, what it takes is you have to interrogate the crap out of yourself. You have to say, what are my prejudices? You know, what do I hate about when somebody does something? Am I a morning person or a night person? And are the people that I work with that way? Are we all wired to like get in there like animals and just argue about things? Or are we like sit back and sip cognac and like discuss really politely? Like I know it's like it doesn't matter who you are or what you do, but when you're building a small team with like 15, 10, 5 people, you've all got to be on the same page. And the question is why, right? Like I used to think, you know, you can get a bunch of smart people in a room, throw them together, and they'll figure it out. And the truth is they will. They definitely will figure it out. It'll just take longer. It'll be more painful. It'll be not as efficient as it could be. And so what I'm saying is, for me, the learning is everyone we bring on now, and from now on, and I'm going to try and instill this in everybody that is also bringing people on after we bring people on, is like, make sure that the culture is going to fit so that you can skip all of those bruises. You know, like when you're in a meeting and you use a swear word, like, I'll admit, I swear a lot. I was raised by sailors, pretty much, and I'm really bad that way. So if I curse in a meeting, which I'm going to do, I guarantee, even if I'm trying not to, it's going to slip out. I'm amazed. I'm not even. Right now. I'm not amazed. It's not slipping out right now. It's taking all my will. So what I'm saying is if somebody's going to be offended by that, you know, they're either going to stew behind the scenes and they're going to not be happy and not want to work, or they're going to come and talk to me about it, and I'm going to have like a 20-minute to a half-an-hour conversation about how it's not okay to swear, and I was not happy about that. And it's like, why are we talking about this? When you're a startup company, you have no time to talk about that. So just make sure in your interviewing and when you're talking to people, assess their competency, assess their technical competency, but do not miss that, like, let's hang out with you a little bit before we make you an offer. Don't miss that, I'm going to say, fuck in front of you. It's liberating, but I'm going to say it and see how you react, you know, and like, know you're going to be okay with that, because it's really important for all that to jive. So yeah, that's my bottom line on culture. Oh, and the last point on culture is that culture is not values. That's the other thing to think about, is that it's really important to have values. It's really important to focus on, like, what do you care about as a business, what's really important to you. We have values like customer obsession, get things done, challenge status quo, you know, integrity and dedication, and be surprisingly simple. Those are our values, and like if you're not on board with that, you might as well not even talk to us anymore, because we're going to be like crazy about it. But if you got to think more granular than that. You got to think about the curse words. You got to think about the prejudices you have. Like,